the ad hoc committee we promised to constitute to look into the investigation of utilization of take-off grants, bailout funds, and interventions allocated to ministries, departments, and agencies, institutions, and government-owned enterprises from 2015 to date. Members of the ad hoc committee are as follows. Honorable Emeka Chinedu will be the chairman.
Mandate the House Committee on Aviation to cause the Ministry of Aviation to put a place protocol for the reinforcement of punitive measures against air carriers. 2, to urge the Ministry of Aviation through the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority to sanitize the aviation industry and see to the strict adherence of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Act.
Critical gaps exist in the governance of the decommissioning activities, particularly dismantling oil equipments that are no longer in use, to be able to safely dispose of them and remedy the environment. And this commission is meant to ensure that oil and gas fields, as they mature and reach the end of their productive years, that they are properly decommissioned and the environment is saved and our people don't suffer from that. Many oil and gas installations have been abandoned across the country, especially
Dr. Patrick,
and left to deteriorate, posing significant environmental and health risks to our communities. So this is just a solution to these environmental problems that our people are facing. And we believe that with this commission, we'll be able to meet the Paris Agreement and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals as stated. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish National Commission for Decommissioning of Oil and Gas Installations under the Presidency to coordinate decommissioning efforts as part of Nigeria's environmental diplomacy strategy, ensure autonomy in decision-making and protect national interests through sustainable resource management, environmental restoration and international collaboration and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Petroleum Resources upstream for further legislative action.
Consequently, Clause 2 to 5 of these bills make provision for registration of political parties. In accordance with the provision of the bill, the registrar of political parties established under Clause 29 of this bill shall oversee the registration of political parties, merger of political parties, regulate the funding and the use of political parties' funds. Secondly, the bill seeks to establish the Political Parties Disputes Tribunal under Clause 35, which shall determine dispute between members of political parties, dispute between members of political parties and a political party, dispute between political parties, between independent candidates and a political party, dispute between coalition partners, and appeals from the decision of the registrar under this bill. Conclusively, Mr. Speaker, the credibility, health, and well-being of every democracy are hinged on the effective regulation of the political parties. Therefore, to ensure transparency and stable democracy, it cannot be business as usual for political parties and key actors where anything goes. It is my prayers that this honorable House and my colleagues support this bill. If we must save our democracy, the time is now.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of an independent authority for the registration, regulation, and funding of political parties in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committees on Electoral Matters and Constitution Review for further legislative action. condolence message on the passing of former Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Mr. Shifu David Paradang. His death is not only a loss to his family, but to the entire nation, especially to the people of Plateau State who held him in high esteem. I pray that the Almighty grant his soul eternal rest and give his family the strength and fortitude to bear this irreparable loss.